in 1935, employees from Southern Bell Telephone Company in Miami recognized the advantages of federal credit union banks and decided to organize one for their own employees. On March 13, 1935, their baby bank opened their doors. Over the past 80 years, we've seen Tropical Financial Credit Union grow from that baby bank to the strong community credit union we are today. Those first few days for Miami Bell System Employees Federal Credit Union brought deposits exceeding $800. The newly formed board of directors approved 47 members and had applications for more than $400 in loans. Pretty impressive in those days. Those first few decades were dedicated to growing, with the only notable change coming in 1939 with a name change to Tropical Telco Federal Credit Union, a name that stayed with the credit union through the mid-1990s. In the 60s and 70s, the credit union saw tremendous growth, and it was in the 70s Tropical Telco began to make its trend towards becoming a full financial institution by offering checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, and ATM services.
Well, I came to the credit union in the mid-70s. It was actually an exciting time for the credit union industry in general. We were, at that time, just basically loans and savings. In the 70s and 80s, we were able to start offering checking accounts. We had to call them share drafts, IRAs, mortgages. I mean, they were really exciting times because this was like from ground zero. We were developing these product lines, and it was just great.
And the tellering was nothing. We just made change. Everything was done by checks. No computers. It was all ledgers, and I'm giving my age away here.
When I first started working here, when I first started working at our Coral Gables location, I remember we had the switchboard with the plugs. In 1979, they still had the switchboard with the plugs. And we've gone from a switchboard with plugs to smartphones.
As the credit union grew, so did the membership. In the 1980s, not only had the assets grown to over $100 million, but the doors were opened for our first select employee groups. That meant employees of other businesses were allowed to join Tropical. By the end of the 80s, something new was on the horizon. Online banking was officially in testing mode.
We were testing, at that point, as to my knowledge, my coworker was testing still the online banking, and it just evolved over time. And first it was just online banking for your savings and your accounts, and then all the additional services that attach to it, the transfers, the bill pay, our newest funds transfer and pop money, and all the additional services were added on.
In the 1990s, Tropical Telco grew in the number of staff as well as the number of locations to help better serve our members. In 1995, Tropical Telco celebrated their 60th anniversary and changed their name to Tropical Federal Credit Union to better reflect the field of membership growing beyond telephone company employees. At the turn of the century, the credit union underwent another change, its final name change, becoming Tropical Financial Credit Union. Under a new name and new direction, Tropical Financial opened its doors of membership beyond employees of certain companies. We now were able to invite members of the community to join the credit union as well. The only restriction became to live or work in Miami-Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach counties. In addition, the growth of electronic services simply exploded.
I'm fortunate that I have a perspective that other people don't have. I use all the credit union services. And I do that intentionally because I want to know how everything works and make sure that members are getting the best experience. But I also am exposed to what everybody else is doing. So I'm able to find out what the new trends are in terms of the payments trends and technology, and be able to know how to bring those to the members in a way that it's for the credit union to get better service.
We can serve anyone, from my grandmother to my cousin to my kids. We can serve everyone. We have electronic services for the people that don't want to come into the branch. We have branches with the friendly employees for the people that still want to bring in a paper check and hand it to someone. So I think that's one of our benefits, is that we can touch everybody.
Through all these changes, one thing remained the same: the philosophy of putting the members first.
The employees at Tropical genuinely love and care about the members. It's been that way since I started here and even longer than from before I started here. We take the time to hear the stories, we fight for members, we try to make every exception and every accommodation we can for our members because it's a genuine concern and care for each of the members that walks in.
There's something very special about credit union employees. They're trustworthy, they're there to help you, they're loyal, and you just get a special bond. I've had so many special relationships over the years. A lot of people still here, a lot of people have passed on. I have a sister who works in the bank. There is no relationship. I mean, to me, the employees, we're like a family. We care about each other, we worry about each other. Not only worry about them, we worry about their families. And it's genuine. It's not something that's just, you should be doing it. It's for real, you know. So credit union people are very special.
Through being an employee with Tropical, I've learned that they really do want to help their members grow and succeed. Especially working with the younger generation, I had the opportunity to work with the Gen Next generation, and it was amazing to see that they really were hands-on. They weren't going to lead you in a bad direction. I actually referred a lot of friends, family members, co-workers from my former employment here, and they might have thought they had great credit. They got in the door and realized they're not really where they need to be. So the employees at Tropical would work with them and create a plan with them and show them, hey, this is where you need to go. This is the action steps we're going to take to get you there. We're going to help you the whole way. We're not just going to say, oh, sorry, can't give you that loan, have a good day. They really want to see you help and grow. And that was something I was really big about as an employee for Tropical. You know, working with the Gen Next generation, helping them grow and take those steps to get their first credit card, to get their first auto loan, and setting them up with any kind of budgeting plan I could to help them so that they were growing financially.
Not only do the employees feel this special way about credit unions, but the volunteer board of directors share this vision of making sure the direction they set for the credit union puts the member first.
This credit union has always been known for member first, and one of the things we strive to do is put plans in place that benefit the member and at the same time ensure that efficiency of the organization so that we can continue to thrive and survive and take care of a staff which, after all, provides the services to our members.
As a board, we really only think about three things. Number one, what's best for our members. Number two, what's best in taking care of our employees. And number three, maintain the safe and soundness of the financial institution.
I've been a member at Tropical for over 30 years, and I've been part of the board for 15 years. And it's really been a pleasure to be part of such a great organization, and it's really focused on improving the financial lives of our members.
It's a huge responsibility, but it's such an honor to be able to serve our members. And what's really rewarding for me is knowing that our members are able to buy the house that they want, or buy the car that they want, or maybe even put their kids through college because we have such great rates, as well as we've been able to help our members save their money so that they can afford the things that they want to spend their money on.
How to receive financial services isn't something our members think about every day. But we here at Tropical Financial do just that. That's why we've been successful in meeting our members' expectations for 80 years. When ATMs and direct deposits were introduced, we were there. When credit and debit cards were introduced, we were there. When online banking was introduced, we were there. Today, we continue to develop those emerging services that technology is making possible. Mobile banking, text alerts, person-to-person payments, depositing checks from smartphones, making a loan application on a phone and closing it paperlessly. All those services that enable you to perform your banking activities when and where you want are what we're developing. And you can count on us to continue this tradition well into the future.
Today, 80 years later, we continuously look forward to the growth opportunities for our current and future members. On behalf of everyone here at Tropical Financial Credit Union, we are proud and humbled by the loyalty, support, and faith you've given us over the past 80 years. And we look forward to serving your financial needs for many decades to come.